Wow.
There it is. All right, there's the truck with everything on it except for the bumper. And that's what we're gonna work on now. So here's the original bumper setup and a few problems that I have with it. They just kind of scabbed on these plates here, and there's just too much material, so the corners need clipped and they need sanded and eased because they're just in kind of rough shape. Also, the housing, they built this housing on it right here. Can't tell from this angle, but let's flip it up. Can everybody see what's wrong with that? Like this side and the other side's the same way. So we're gonna have to clean that up and burn that in because it's just not even close to being welded there. The bumper is now too long, so I'm gonna copy this shape and drill these out, decrease it by 2 inches, and put this all back together. It looks like they just used a spool gun on this, and you know, these are really cold welds. All this weld down here is it's just a gross mess on both sides. You can see that. Get out of the light. So I'm gonna clean that up with the grinder and try to make it look prettier.
Open it.
All right, now we have to figure out how these come apart. I'm gonna have to get online to see how this, because it looks like that's crimped over inside.
Can I ask a silly question?
Sure.
Why do you have to take it off? Why can't you just leave it and then just move it back 2 inches?
Well, I have to retap this hole, and I got to get this hole aligned on where this is. So if I put this here, I don't know exactly where that hole is.
So you want to have that removed so you can lay it flat.
Yeah, so when it's on here, that hole, I can just take the tap and put it right through, well, the drill right through there. So this is, because this has to line up perfectly. There's not a lot of slack for where that hole goes. See what I mean? So what they did is they probably riveted it on. This was not there. They marked it, center punched it, whatever, drilled the hole, tapped it, and then put that on there.
And this won't leave a mark? Like you could leave it and push on that, but that won't leave, or you could put marker on it real fast and put it down.
I don't know how soft this is.
I know.
And as for marker, I don't know how accurate that's going to be. Or I was going to say, you could put some of that grease pen on there. And possibly.
When you touch it, it might leave the mark.
Maybe.
I don't know. That's an idea. Right. Do you want me to mark it?
Let's just use a black magic marker. Grab one of those Sharpies over there off that red rolling tool chest on. Just mark it there. Let's see what the other side looks like. Well, you can see it's not.
No, not at all.
Let's see if we can shift the bumper back and forth. It looks even though on the mounts, I mean, it doesn't shift on the truck much. Okay, after doing some measurement, we found out that the bumper is not perfectly centered on the truck. What you got?
Right, almost 1.5 inches.
1.5 inches on that side?
And that is 2 inches, so it's a 1/2 inch.
Okay. So I think if we cut it down so it's perfectly straight with the sides of the truck, it'll look a lot better.
Yes, I think so too. All right.
But before we do that, we're gonna have to fill some holes, because if we plan on putting this tap hole back in here, this hole is going to be in the way. So I'm going to fire up on it. I might as well just do all 3 of these holes, and I might as well fill the other ones over there.
We figured the best way for calculating it was just to line this up to get the right angles.
Yeah, because this door is different from
than
the
the
other
other
door.
door.
Yeah, isn't
Yeah.
that great? So even when they broke these over and bent
They're
them,
not the same.
yeah, they're not identical. I don't know if this will cut through this or not. Well, I'd hate to have to grind this all off. I'm gonna hold on to that bumper, huh? I'm gonna get through that corner. Just bend it. That wasn't very smart.
Poor little thing. You have other blades if you need to.
Yep. You want to grab some WD-40, hon?
Yeah.
There you go. Let's see if that makes any difference. It seemed to help. Problem is it blows it all away. Look at that.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, well, you get the idea here. I'm not going to torture you guys with this whole thing. All right, after much grinding or cutting, I didn't bore you with the cutting, and some finish grinding, there it is.
Yeah, it's a really good fit. I'm really happy with it. Look at how nice. All the way down the side.
Yep. We were just talking whether we want to bolt this on or use some soft rivets from the bus. Some round top, old style rivets. I don't know.
We're thinking the rivets just because when you put stuff inside, it'll rub.
We'll see.
Okay.
Now we just got to finish the other side. We're going to rivet this on
Yeah,
with
we decided to use the rivets.
with some solid rivets. Make it look cool, because I don't think this is going to come off. And if it has to come off, we can all drill the rivets back out. But I think it would look cool with 3 solid rivets like we use on the bus. Let me get the drill and I'll drill these holes. You want to toss one in there, huh? All right, cool. See if I can just drill it with this straight one. How's that look? Does it line up pretty nice? Mm-hmm. Okay. You want to pop those out and I'll deburr those? Make sure this thing sits nice and flat. Let's see how that works. Then we have to figure out how we're going to center mark that. How do you want to do it? You want to try a paint pen? Paint pen?
That won't work. You gotta take this one out.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to go much farther because it's going to hit these two. But yeah, let's pop the middle one out. Maybe we could take that paint pen like you think and put a little dot on there and then put it back down and touch it. See if it'll leave a mark.
It didn't work. But it kind of works.
Yeah,
Just
see
that.
if I could twist it if I'll do it. I want to make sure it's relatively straight on there. All right, pop those clecos out and see if it left a mark. Yeah, the paint pen wasn't, I don't know if it wasn't wet enough or just...
Maybe it's dry.
Yeah. It is cold out here. Okay, well there's a little tiny mark right there.
But can you tell which one?
Yeah, well we'll just split it in the middle. It looks like the one in the back is a little closer. This has a little wobble to it. I'm gonna go with the more pronounced one. Keep forgetting
What?
to chamfer these before I do it, you know?
You silly boy.
Maybe I can remember to chamfer the other side before I tap it, huh?
You can try.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Just slightly off. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, this one's just not pushed back. Yeah, putting the wrong door on there.
Well, Todd, did we use that door to line it up?
I don't think so.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That's what happens. You got 2 doors sitting there. One door's different than the other. I thought it was
but-
on there a little bit
Yeah,
weirder.
but this is off now.
Huh? What's off?
Oh, right there. Is that how that is?
Well, let's see if we get it close. if we did, we'll be welding stuff closed again. Well, it taps in there. It threads in there.
Oh, okay. So that's just the way this is just a little
Yeah, it's just
shot.
like a 16th off on that side.
Oh boy, that scared me.
Yeah, that's perfect. Look, it goes in. Here, you try it. Threads in there nice and easy. Comes out.
Oh yeah.
And it fits. How's it fit on that
Oh,
side
it's
over there?
beautiful.
All right, we'll call it a win.
Win! Yes, oh my gosh.
Just a little bit more. This is the wrong die on this. I don't have the correct die for this dome rivet. Good? All right, next one. Oh, slipped off. See if it's still lined up.
Look at that.
All right, good. Let's finish the other side. Hey, that looks like it's right on the money. Let me put the straight edge on this box and see. Look at that. Right on the money.
Woohoo! All right, what about
Yay.
the other side?
Yep, perfect.
All right.
Let's tie the bolts down. Okay, we just decided to name this project the Fat Bed Slim Project. I don't know why we didn't think of that earlier. So anyway, we're already done with it. So we put the bumper back on and
It's all nice and slim down.
it is exactly the width of the cab now, just like the original bed of the truck is exactly the width of the cab. And it makes the tires come out just slightly. I don't know if you can see there, just the edge of the tire is just sticking out just past the bed a little bit, which makes sense because these are different tires with a different offset. So if the original bed was on there too, they'd have the same poke out just a little bit. But it looks, in essence, identical to it did before. It's just slim. On to the camper. That is going to be the next project. Sitting right over there, we need to slightly modify a subframe that's under there, and I'm going to repair the pins because I don't like how they work. The final piece of this project is the camper itself. Now you can see up here, right here is where the pin goes. Now I took the pin out already, and it's over here on the cart. Here it is. You can see how waddled out that hole is. It's supposed to be a 1/2 inch hole. Pin goes in it, and it's not a 1/2 inch anymore.